You ever make something so good you're still talking about it hours later? Yeah? Well, that's this one. I'm sitting here at my desk editing this footage, recording this voiceover at like 1 in the morning, and I'm still thinking about that first bite. That flaky, buttery crust, that juicy, savory beef. You know the one. That kind of bite that makes you close your eyes for a second. It's simple food, but it's got some soul. Let's break it down. Poor choices, y'all. All right, let's start with the dough. We're gonna add 3 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of salt to a large bowl. And this is gonna be the base, the calm before the butter storm. Give that a quick whisking so everything is distributed evenly. And then we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of cold, unsalted butter, cut up into fine cubes, and a 1/4 cup of lard. And yes, both are cold and both are needed. The butter's gonna give you that flavor and the lard is gonna give you that tenderness. My lard wasn't super cold this time, but life happens. If yours isn't either, it's just fine. Just make sure you work fast so it doesn't melt down on you. And then you just wanna use your fingertips or a pastry cutter to rub that fat in until the flour looks crumbly. Little pea-sized bits are perfect. And those tiny little butter pockets are where the flakes live. In another cup, we're gonna whisk together 1 egg, 1/2 cup of cold water, and 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. And then just pour that in and stir until it starts to come together. And here's something just to keep in the back of your mind. If the dough is dry, don't panic. Just add a little bit more water, 1 tablespoon at a time. What you're looking for is a dough that feels smooth and soft and not sticky. When you squeeze it, it should hold together but not cling to your hand. That right there is the sweet spot. Knead it for 1 to 2 minutes and then form it into a ball, wrap it up, and let it chill for at least an hour. That's gonna help keep the gluten relaxed and the butter solid, 2 key ingredients for flakiness. Next, let's talk about that filling. This is where all the flavor lives. We're gonna heat up 1 tablespoon of olive oil or butter in a skillet over medium-high heat. We're gonna add in a pound of 80/20 beef. And right away, we're gonna season it with some steak seasoning. I'm using this Killer Hogs brand here, but you can use any type of steak seasoning. Let it brown for about 5 to 6 minutes, and we don't wanna stir it too much. We wanna let it get that sear, those brown bits on the bottom. That's all the flavor foundation right there. Once it's mostly cooked, we're gonna toss in 1/2 cup of diced white onion and 2 cloves of minced garlic. And just let those cook for a few minutes until they soften and smell amazing. Now we're gonna hit it with 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika and 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. I like to add those right after the onions and garlic. It lets the heat wake them up and makes everything aromatic and warm. Next, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of W sauce, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And we wanna cook that paste until it darkens a bit. It'll stick to the pan and that's good. That means it's caramelizing and turning the sharp tomato taste into deep umami. Next, we're gonna pour in a 1/4 cup of beef broth and we're gonna scrape up all that goodness at the bottom of the pan and just let it simmer for about 2 minutes. You want it saucy but not soupy. Now cut the heat and time to bring in our secret weapon, 5 ounces of that creamy herby cheese spread, that Boursin cheese. I love how it just sounds like a French sports car, that 2025 Boursin. Once that's in, we're gonna fold in a 1/2 cup of shredded Monterey Jack cheese, 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro, and the zest of 1/2 lemon. And that zest is gonna lift everything up and give you that little spark of brightness that we so need. Now, taste it. Seriously, this is your moment. Once they're wrapped, you can't go back. So make sure the flavor is exactly where you want it. Savory, creamy, and balanced. If you need to adjust anything, maybe a little bit more salt, maybe some more pepper, or maybe some more smoked paprika, now is the time. Let the filling cool completely before moving on. Hot filling will just mess with your dough and break the seal. So I just popped mine in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Back to the dough. Now that it's chilled, we want to roll it into some small balls, about the size of a golf ball. And make sure you dust your surface and then just flatten each one and roll it out to about 1/8 of an inch thick. I use a 5-inch bowl as a guide and just traced around it with a knife so I could get simple, clean circles. Spoon your filling in, a solid 2 tablespoons, maybe a touch more if your dough can handle it. You'll know it's too much if it starts trying to escape when you fold. Wet the edges with a little bit of water, fold it over, and press to seal. Crimp the edges with a fork or braid them if you're feeling fancy. Then we want to brush the tops with an egg wash, which is just 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water beaten together, and that's going to give us a golden glossy finish. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes until they're golden and crisp, and when they come out, just let them rest for a few minutes because that filling is still molten lava in there. And if you want that extra bakery shine, brush the tops with a little melted butter while they're still warm, and you'll see that glow up instantly. And that's it, flaky buttery dough, juicy creamy beef insides, herby, rich, and just a little bright from the lemon and cilantro. Simple ingredients, smooth execution, and a whole lot of flavor. I'm still sitting here at 1 a.m. just reliving that first bite. And if you're watching this, maybe you're feeling the same energy. Calm, proud, and hungry for another one. Hey everybody, this is Poor Choices Kitchen. We have a Patreon link down in the description. $1 a month is all we ask for to pay for recipes in these here inflated times. We also have YouTube memberships, and I am putting something together for those of you who want to subscribe to the YouTube memberships. That's $2.99. I'm thinking about doing some cook-alongs, or I'm gonna have something for you. And a Patreon folk as well. I'm figuring it out. One of the reasons why I'm recording this at 1 a.m. is because I've just started a new job. And of course, with any new job, there's a lot of learning curve and whatnot. not. So this is the only time I have to do this, and I don't want to burn out. So thank you for hanging out with me, and go make these, have fun, and tell me how they are. Until next time, peace.